Happy Friday, folks. Hey, it's Brian at BG Model Workshop, and this is a final on our Gear Hustler kit for the Universal Construction Series. That's right, we're still working on the annual theme build. This is the most recent one we've knocked out, and I tell you what, I really like this kit, even though it's a little on the basic side. Everything's molded into the chassis, exhaust and suspension, all that stuff. It's all kind of a one-piece deal down there. It's still a fun build. I know Thomas Soltis did this recently. I think he did it for the 48-hour group build, but and he did his own take on it, and he did a great job with it. But I wanted this one to be the Universal Construction car. The thing is that this kit comes with so many extra bits and such. This is pretty much everything that we didn't use. And I'm keeping, usually I would break this all up and just put it into my my little bins of things, but I'm keeping it all together because I don't know, it's some great sets of wheels in here, an extra set of tires, all kinds of roll pans and stuff like that. AMT has a, I think it's called the heavy, what is it called? Oh, it's the Super Wagon. It's the Super Wagon, station wagon. And some of this stuff I think could find its way onto that particular build. So in the future, so I'm keeping all that stuff together. I might actually just put that in that box. But in the interim, here is a picture of the box art. Hey, that's pretty close, huh? I decided not to use the chrome steelies, and I did not do a yellow and white paint job on the camper carrier. Mainly because I didn't notice that was like that. I just noticed that right now. But I did some brown stripes back here. My Uncle Ricky, my godfather, he had a 72 step side, Chevy step side, and it had a white camper shell, and it had the blue windows in the back, and it had two brown stripes down the side, and I thought that thing was the shiznit. And I decided to replicate that on this particular camper shell. So I did the basic, let's see, Tamiya colors. I did primer gray, and then did the camel yellow over the primer gray. And I didn't go very heavy with the camel yellow so that it would have that toned down construction vehicle look to it. And I think it looks just the part. So we did strip the hubcaps and went back and then just hit them with some aluminum paint and some panel liner to thin them down and bring out the details so they look more like Space Mountain rather than hubcaps. All the script work on the vehicle is very nicely raised, so you can come back and hit it. I did it with this this pen here called the Reminisce, and it's a gel pen, and it's by well, it's a Marvy. Well, that's just Marvy. So I got that for a couple of bucks at the local craft store. The one that's not open on Sundays. So my only complaint about this kit are the tail lights. Yeah, they're nicely molded, of course, but the holes are much larger than the taillight themselves. And I couldn't help but wondering if there was supposed to be some sort of chrome insert that was supposed to go in there to receive these bits. I didn't see anything in the instructions or anything on the chrome trees or like that. So we just kind of filled it a little bit with some tulip and then painted it up and then shoved the red lenses in there. And away we went. Let's see here. Oh, and I put it comes with one Gear Hustler decal. I decided that would be cool on the back end there. And the pad printed tires for the stock version of this kit, these things are amazing. They're beautiful. They're nicely molded. The register on them is very easily read. However, they are just a little bit large for the stock wheel and tire combination, so you may end up having to glue your tires to your rims. I got a little bit lucky. I had a little bit of flash here and there that I just kind of left, and it seems to be helping the tires stay in place. But when you go to press the wheels onto the axles, and yes, I did leave the axle in the front of this one, which is very unique for me because I don't usually have an axle in the front. But when you're going to press the tires and wheels on there, the tires are going to pop off. It can be a point of frustration. So just a heads up there. The interior, sadly, I'm not able to get into the interior because it's so small. but we did just basically do flat black with some future floor polish on the seats to give it that nice little vinyl look. It does come with gauge decals, so that is awesome. I like that so much. Thank you for doing that, AMT. And let's see here. All of our window trims done with Sharpie. Just a regular old silver Sharpie. Nicely done. And I discovered this the other day. I have BG on this sort of skewer thingy here that has a flat end at the end of it. I could use it to help pop my hoods. So there we go. Multitasking. So the backstory behind this build is that Joe El Camino, he got a job with Universal Construction because his uncle Spike is a truck driver. And so old Joe here, he has to run back and forth between the construction sites and the home office, running out supplies, materials, paychecks, whatever. So he's a hustler, and he decided that the 327 that was in this little bad boy just wasn't punchy enough. So he went and put a second quad carb on there, and now he's making record trips out to the job sites and back again to the home office, and nobody seemed to notice much until old Shirley in accounting recognized that he was using twice the fuel that he's been using before, so she called him in about that, and he was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe just needs a tune-up. so he's kind of on the carpet about that. But he was going to punch out that engine a little bit more on his weekends, but he got caught with that putting that second quad on there, so he's going to keep it where it's at. All right, guys and gals, thanks for tuning in again. We're going to cut this one a little bit on the short side because we got other stuff to do today, such as see family for lunch, and we're going to go take care of that here shortly. All right, y'all, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you a little bit later on, and thanks for tuning in again. Bye now.